Welcome to JPRReads, where timeless tales find new life. I'm glad you're here. Take a seat, get comfortable, and let the words carry you away. Stay as long as you'd like. There's always a story waiting for you. She Walketh Veiled and Sleeping by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. She walketh veiled and sleeping, for she knoweth not her power. She obeyeth but the pleading of her heart in the high leading of her soul unto this hour. Slow, advancing, halting, creeping, comes the woman to the hour. She walketh veiled and sleeping, for she knoweth not her power. The Two Bags by Aesop. Every man carries two bags about with him, one in front and one behind. Both are packed full of faults. The bag in front contains his neighbor's faults, the one behind his own. Hence it is that men do not see their own faults, but never fail to see those of others. The Crab and His Mother by Aesop. An old crab said to her son, "Why do you walk sideways like that, my son? You ought to walk straight." The young crab replied, "Show me how, dear mother, and I'll follow your example." The old crab tried, but tried in vain, and then saw how foolish she had been to find fault with her child. The Spring, My Dear by William Ernest Henley. The spring, my dear, is no longer spring. Does the blackbird sing what he sang last year? Are the skies the old immemorial blue? Or am I, or are you, grown cold? Though life be change, it is hard to bear when the old sweet air sounds forced and strange. To be out of tune, plain you and I, it were better to die, and soon. Alright guys, if you like this sort of thing, subscribe to keep timeless tales alive. Praise the Generous Gods by William Ernest Henley. Praise the generous gods for giving, in a world of wrath and strife, with a little time for living, unto all the joy of life. At whatever source we drink it, art or love, faith or wine, in whatever terms we think it, it is common and divine. Praise the high gods, for in giving this to man and this alone, they have made his chance of living shine the equal of their own. Locked Inside by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. She beats upon her bolted door with faint, weak hands, drearily walks the narrow floor, sullenly sits blank walls before. Despairing stands. Life calls her duty, pleasure, gain. Her dreams respond, but the blank daylights wax and wane. Dull peace, sharp agony, slow pain. No hope beyond. So she comes a thought. She lifts her head. The world grows wide. A voice, as if clear words were said. Your door, oh long imprisoned, is locked inside. The Fox and the Grapes by Aesop. A hungry fox saw some fine bunches of grapes hanging from a vine that was trained along a high trellis, and did his best to reach them by jumping as high as he could into the air. But it was all in vain, for they were just out of reach. So he gave up trying and walked away with an air of dignity and unconcern, remarking, "I thought those grapes were ripe, but I see now they are quite sour." Scott by Oscar Wilde. Tread lightly, she is near, under the snow. Speak gently, she can hear the daisies grow. All her bright golden hair, tarnished with rust. She that was young and fair, fallen to dust. Lily-like, white as snow. He hardly knew. She was a woman, so sweetly she grew. Often bored, heavy stone, lie on her breast. I vex my heart alone, she is at rest. Peace, peace, you cannot hear, lyre or sonnet. All my life's buried here, heap earth upon it. This story is called The Eagle and the Cocks by Aesop. There are two cocks in the same farmyard, and they fought to decide who should be master. When the fight was over, the beaten one went and hid himself in a dark corner, while the victor flew up onto the roof of the stables and crowed lustily. But an eagle espied him from high up in the sky and swooped down and carried him off. Forthwith the other cock came out of his corner and ruled the roost without a rival. The Dog and the Shadow by Aesop. A dog was crossing a plank bridge over a stream with a piece of meat in his mouth when he happened to see his own reflection in the water. He thought it was another dog with a piece of meat twice as big, so he let go of his own and flew at the other dog to get the larger piece. But, of course, all that happened was that he got neither, for one was only a shadow and the other was carried away by the current. JPR reads, breathing life into timeless tales.